Hi everyone, and welcome to the Reintroductions class. This is Alicia, the nutritionist with Puro, and today I'm going to be taking you guys through a short presentation to review detox and how to bring foods back into your diet after you've completed the detox phase and what you can expect during this process. So first of all, congratulations! You guys are near the end or have completed detox. And over the past month, we know you guys have really dedicated a lot of time and effort and planning to making the changes with the diet and supplements and lifestyle changes to support the detox pathways and support your bodies. So by this time, you should be feeling much better than when you started, and you can use this as a baseline for your current state of health. We really hope here at Puro that the changes that you've made you can continue, and the healthy diet and lifestyle changes that you've implemented, we want you guys to continue that to promote healing that lasts throughout the rest of your life. The reintroduction process will also help to increase awareness for which foods that you tolerate very well and which ones that might be better for you to avoid. I do like to review the supplements from detox and what to do with them at this point. The homeopathic drops, the kidney, lymph, and liver that you are taking in the morning, sublingual, and at night, you can actually stop at this time. They were only needed during the detox process. You might have some left over, and that's okay. You can hold on to them and maybe use them for a future detox, either 6 months from now or a year from now. They have a very long shelf life. You can continue using the OptiCleanse GHI protein powder for smoothies or a snack or something like that. Many people do like to continue incorporating shakes and smoothies with their diet. Also, the Monopure 1300 fish oil, that was a 2-month supply, so most likely you'll have another month left, and you can continue that once a day as well. The supplements that should be finished are the Metacrin capsules. That's a liver supportive supplement where you are taking with each meal, so 3 times a day. That should be gone. If you missed a meal or missed a day or something like that, you can still take it until it's used up. The probiotic, the ProBiomax Daily DF, that was also 1 month supply. Again, if you missed a day, you can still finish it until it's gone. But for the most part, the Metacrin and the probiotic should be used up. There's a couple rules I like to review as far as what to do and what not to do during the reintroduction process. We know how excited you guys are to start bringing back foods into your diet that you removed for the detox process, but we want to do this in a very careful way. For example, when detox is completed, the next day, we really don't want you guys to go out and eat a meal that has multiple items or multiple ingredients that you did remove during detox. For example, if you went out and had a slice of pizza, it contains the dairy, the nightshade vegetables, and the tomato sauce, and wheat, with the crust. So if you did have that in one setting at a meal and you feel really awful the next day, you're really not going to know which ingredient, if it was one or all of them, that was making you feel that way. And it can be difficult to figure that out. So we want to take it slow. As best you can, of course, and do one food at a time. Remember, everybody does have their individual lab testing that showed you guys which foods are inflammatory to you specifically. So for your high sensitivity foods, the class 3 and 4, we still do recommend that waiting a full 6 months from when you received your lab work before you try to reintroduce them back into your diet. So again, if you have sensitivities to certain foods, you're gonna avoid them during this reintroduction process. At the end of the 6 months, you can reintroduce them at that time. You will be speaking with me near the end of your program, and we can go over that protocol again as well. Here's what to do. So you guys do have a table similar to the one here on the slide that shows you the order in which you will reintroduce your foods. The first one that I will use as an example is egg yolk. So the foods in category 1 are least likely to cause a reaction or symptom, so we will begin with those. Then you will move on to category 2 foods, 3, 4, and so on. We want you guys to reintroduce foods one at a time. Again, this will really help connect which foods will cause potentially which symptoms. What you will do, using egg yolk as an example, you will eat that food in a moderate portion. That could be, a regular sized portion, 2, maybe 3 egg yolks. You can cook them, scramble them with some vegetables if you like, or hard boil them. And then if you notice that you're feeling fine, go ahead and have a larger portion later that day or even the next day. You're going to want to wait 2 to 3 days to see if any symptoms or reactions do occur. A lot of the time when it comes to food sensitivities, the symptoms can be delayed up to 48 to 72 hours. Food sensitivities and intolerances are not the same as an allergy, where a symptom can happen almost immediately. And this is why it can be pretty difficult to make that connection of the food causing the symptom. For example, if you have egg yolks and you have a stomach ache 3 days later, you may not realize that it was actually the egg yolks that you had a couple days ago that was causing that. So we do like to take this process relatively slow. If you do, after eating a moderate portion, then a larger portion, have no type of reaction or symptom, that food is then considered successfully reintroduced. You can now move on to the next food on the table or chart. However, if you do notice a symptom, go ahead and write that food down on the journal that we give you guys, or your own journal, and also what symptom that came about. So if you ate egg yolk and you get a stomach ache, go ahead and write that down and document. Take this food out of your diet, remove it, don't eat it anymore, and wait until you feel completely normal, back to your baseline of feeling good before you attempt bringing in the next food. I get asked a lot, what reactions, what symptoms can I expect? And I can't really tell you for sure. I can give you a list and some examples, but they're very individual to that person. It can include anything from mucus buildup in your throat or sinuses, maybe a scratchy throat, headaches, muscle aches, joint pain, could affect your sleep, could affect your mood, or anything related to the GI system, bloating, diarrhea, constipation. It can even affect your energy levels too. So, like I said, it's really important to pay attention at this time, and anytime you feel different or worse in any way, please write that down. Keeping a journal really does help as a reference for yourself, and just because a food did evoke a symptom for you does not necessarily mean that you have to avoid it forever. What I tell people is if you really enjoy egg yolk and you would like to see how you tolerate it a second time, a couple weeks later, you can go through the process again and try eating egg yolks and see how you feel. If you get the exact same reaction you did the first time, that might be a good sign that egg yolks are not agreeing with you and may always give you a stomach ache. However, if you notice the second time you do eat that food and you feel completely fine, perhaps it was a coincidence the first time. Either way, writing it down will help you be able to reference it and look back. Because it can be hard to remember, all the details as you're reintroducing all of these foods back into your diet. Remember, take your time with this process because it's just as important as the actual detox phase. This is the time where you're going to listen to your body and notice which symptoms come about with which foods. And symptoms are your way of your body to communicate with you. Once this entire reintroduction process is complete, you're going to have a better idea of the best diet that works for you, which ones promote healing and health and vitality, and which ones will cause inflammation, harm, or symptoms. The goal is to create a lasting diet, a permanent diet, and the one, again, that's going to make you feel the best. If you do have any questions about anything I covered today, any concerns, perhaps some symptoms come up and that you're curious if that's normal or not, you can absolutely send me an email at any time. It's my first name, Alicia, ALISHA, @purohealthandwellness.com. Or if you want to speak to staff right away, you can call into the office at 734-716-5588. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this short presentation, and I wish you all the very best on the reintroduction process and bringing those foods back into your diet.